Hello dear students, it's our fourth lecture of the projectile motion. In the first class I have given you the basics of the projectile, basics of the two-dimensional motion. In the second class we have done horizontal projectile. In the third class we have started oblique projectile and some cases were left in the third part. Now we come to the solution of the question of oblique projectile. Then we will be doing the projectile motion under the resistance force, and in the next class we will be doing projectile motion over the inclined surface, upward projection and downward projection. Then after we will be doing the numericals based on the projectile, and some relative motion questions also we have to discuss here. Okay, so in the previous class we have done time period of the projectile, range of the projectile, equation of the projectile, different forms of the equation, maximum height of the projectile, and relation between two projection angles alpha and beta when ranges are equal. And for those projection angles we have done the relation between the time of flights and the maximum heights acquired by the projectile. One question was find the velocity of the projectile at any time t during motion and velocity of the projectile at any height h during motion. So firstly we come to velocity of the oblique projectile at any height h during the motion. Say suppose this one is the projectile, this coordinate is suppose x, all the parameters we have discussed in the previous class, y positive, x positive, ux, uy, you all have known these values. U projection angle is theta, this component ux we have what, u cos theta, and uy we have what, u sin theta. Suppose at any height h during motion you have to find the velocity of the projectile. Okay, this velocity you have to get. See, this velocity is neither along x coordinate nor along y coordinate, so that it must be resolved along the coordinate. Suppose this component is vx and this component we have what, vy. So accordingly we may find the results, and putting the values or using vector law of addition we may get the velocity at any height h. Okay, now see, for maximum height and velocity at any height h we must use the formula v square is equal to u square plus 2s. We should use this formula. Okay, so we use the formula v square is equal to, and since the motion is in 2D, that's why the formula should be divided into two coordinates. For x coordinate, ux square plus 2ax into x, and for y coordinate we have 2ay into y. Okay, now we come to the x coordinate heading, vx square. What about ux? It is u cos theta. To put it here, already I have told you that acceleration along the x coordinate is 0, that's why any velocity along the x coordinate remains constant. Means in the horizontal direction velocity of the particle will be constant, means at any time or at any position along the x coordinate the velocity remains constant. That will be what, u cos theta, as acceleration is 0. So we get the result vx is equal to simply u cos theta. Okay, now we come to the vy part. So vy square we have, what about uy? That is u sin theta. So we have u square sin square theta plus 2 ay. Ay we have minus c, minus c. At any position you have to get the result, height h. To get the result, vy is equal to under root u square sin square theta and minus 2gh. Both value we may have positive as well as negative. If the particle is in the upward direction, see, this side is also h. For this part, Vx is positive and Vy is also what? Positive. For this part, Vx is positive but Vy is what? Negative. So during upward motion, the positive part we have to take, while for the downward motion we have to take what? The negative part. That's why velocity at any height h, we have what? U cos theta I cap plus minus under root u square sin square theta minus 2gh j cap. Okay, so this one is the result. Upward motion में we have to take the positive sign, positive along y coordinate, and in downward motion, in upward motion, and during downward motion you have to take negative sign of the y coordinate, positive and negative. Okay, and what will be the magnitude of the velocity? It is simply under root u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta minus 2gh. So we'll get the result under root u square minus 2gh. It is the speed at any height h. Okay, because speed is always positive. Now we have to find the velocity of the projectile at any time t during motion. Okay, you have to get velocity at any time t. Suppose at t time you have to get the velocity v. Okay, see, this v is neither along x coordinate and nor along y coordinate. So after getting vx and vy, we may easily find the value of what? The velocity at any time t. And suppose this time this one is forming an angle what? Alpha. Here also you have to find the value of, suppose this one is velocity at any height h, and we have vx and vy. Both results we get, and we have to get the value of what? Alpha. So what is the value of tan alpha we have? It is vy by vx. Then what is the result for vy? It is plus minus under root u square sin square theta minus 2gh and divided by what? U cos theta. Okay, now for getting velocity of the projectile at any time t, we should use the formula v is equal to u plus at. Okay, we have to use the formula v is equal to, motion is in 2 dimensions, that's why we divide the formula into 2 coordinates. One is ux plus axt and the other will be uy plus ayt. Okay, now see, we get vx is equal to, what is ux? It is u cos theta, and ax is 0. That's why we have vx is equal to u cos theta. Similarly, we get vy. What is the value of uy? We have u sin theta, and ay we have what? Minus zt. So vy we have u sin theta minus zt. That's why the velocity vector at any time t, vx I cap plus vy j cap, you have the result u cos theta I cap and plus u sin theta minus zt j cap. Then you may get the magnitude of the velocity and direction of the velocity vector with the positive x coordinate or horizontal. Now see what we get. The magnitude of velocity we have under root u square cos square theta plus u sin theta minus zt square. Okay, now simplifying it, you may get the result of the magnitude of velocity at any time t during motion. And when this t, small t, is less than t by 2, that is the time required to acquire the maximum height, then Vx will be positive and Vy is also positive. But after t by 2 time, you will getting Vx positive and Vy negative, just putting the value of t, because t is what we have after t by 2. So after t by 2, you will getting the negative value. And what about the direction? Tan alpha, the y coordinate reading, say this triangle. If you consider this triangle, so y coordinate reading by x coordinate reading, so Vy by Vx, to get the result u sin theta minus zt and divided by u cos theta. So it is the result of the direction of velocity at any time t during motion. Okay. One question was, at two different times heights acquired by a projectile are equal, then we have to find the relation between the times. Then we move to that part only. We come to the next part. What we have, if at two different times heights acquired by a projectile are equal, suppose one time is t1, at this time during upward motion the projectile has height h, then during downward motion also the projectile has what height? H. And what time? It is suppose t2. Projection velocity was u, this angle is what? Theta. Okay, we have to find the relation between these two times, 0 and capital T is what? The time of projection. Okay, suppose this coordinate is x and this one is what? Y. It is y positive. Okay, so we have to find the relation between displacement and time. Only one kinematical equation we have, s is equal to ut plus half at square, but the displacement is along what? Height is along the y coordinate. So we come to the y coordinate formula. Y is equal to uyt plus half ayt square. Okay, so in place of y we have what? H. Uy we have u sin theta into t half. Ay we have what? Minus z into t square. Now we have height h at two different times and we have to find the relation between these two times. Okay, so we simplify it to get the result zt square minus 2u sin theta into t and plus 2h is equal to 0. See, this one is a quadratic equation in what? time t. So this one is a quadratic equation n. So we have two roots of the quadratic equation. So compare it with the ax square plus bx plus c and get the times. So one root we have t1 and the other root we have what? t2. Suppose t1 is in place of alpha and t2 is in place of what? Beta. So what is alpha plus beta we have? It is minus b by a. And what is alpha beta? That is c by a. Okay. So now we come to the solution. T we have minus b minus of minus 2u sin theta, okay, plus minus b square minus 4ac, b square of this, that is 4u square sin square theta minus 4ac. So 4ac we have what? 4ACA and it is C, so that is 8GH, okay. So minus or you may solve like this, T1 plus T2, it is minus b by a, so minus of minus 2u sin theta by a g, it is 2u sin theta by z. And but what is 2u sin theta by z? It is the time period of the projectile. So if at two different times height acquired by a projectile are equal, then sum of these times is always equal to what? The time of the projectile, okay. This result you have to remember, okay. Now we come to the product of roots, that is alpha beta. So t1 t2, that is c by a. So in place of c we have what? 2h by a. In place of a we have what? G. So this result is of what? The product of times. So we take a basic question now. See, what is the question? If at the end of 2 second and 8 second heights acquired by a projectile are equal, then find first part time of projectile, height acquired at these times. You have to find height acquired and also you have to find the maximum height acquired. So these results we have to find from the given data, okay. So we come to the solution. See, at the end of 2 second and 8 second, a projectile acquires equal heights. Okay, 2 second and 8 second. We have to find the value of time, this height, and also we have to find the value of the maximum height. These results we have to get. So we know that if at two different times a projectile acquire equal heights, then sum of times is equal to what? The time period. So first part, we have the formula T1 plus T2 is equal to T. It implies that T is equal to 2 plus 8. The first answer we have 10 seconds. Okay. Now we move to the second part. Height acquired at these times. The second formula we have what? T1 T2 is equal to 2h by g. What is the value of h here? It is T1 T2 g by 2. So what is T1? It is 2 second. T2 we have 8 second. Acceleration due to gravity is g to 10 and 2. So we get the result 80 meter. Okay. Now you have to get what? The maximum height. Maximum height we have to get. So what is the formula for maximum height? It is u square sin square theta divided by what? 2z. So that is also u sin theta square divided by 2 into 10. Now we have 2u sin theta is equal to what? 10 seconds. So total time period of the projectile we have 2u sin theta by z. So in this way you may get the value of what? U sin theta, that will be 10 into z by 2, that is what? 50. 10 into 10 is 100, 100 by 2, that is 50. Now put this value in this equation. So suppose this equation is 1, so putting in equation 1. Okay. Now putting the value in equation 1. So what do we get? U sin theta we have 50. So h we have 50 square divided by 20. That is 2500 by. The result we have what? 125 meter. Okay. This question is for homework. You have to find the range of the projectile from the given data. Okay, this part is for homework. Now we move to the next part. Next part was we have to find the angular momentum of the projectile about the point of projection when it was at the defined height. Okay, see, angular momentum we have to do in the rotational mechanics, but one application we have done in the vector part. it is the one application of vector. The angular momentum is of a moving particle is r cross p, that is the cross product of position vector and the linear momentum vector. Angular momentum of a moving particle is L is equal to, it is one application of the cross product of two vectors, okay, you have done initially, where r is what? R is the position vector and p is mass into velocity, that is the linear momentum vector, okay. About the point of projection, it is the origin of coordinate system. When projectile is at maximum height, this coordinate we have r by 2 because it is r0, and this coordinate we have r by 2 and 0 we have done earlier, and maximum height, this one is h, okay. At this point maximum height, the particle has no vertical velocity, it has only what? The horizontal velocity. So Vx we have what? U cos theta, because velocity remains constant along the horizontal direction, okay. So if Vx is given, so we may get the momentum, Vy is no value here, and position vector about the point of projection, this point is the point of projection, we have to get angular momentum when particle is at the maximum height, okay. So this vector, this one is origin of coordinate system, that is 0 0, okay. So this one is position vector r, you may get the value of the vector. Then what is the value of the vector r cap? R vector, position vector, use the formula for displacement vector, that is x2 minus x1 I cap, okay. So that is r by 2 minus 0 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap h minus 0 j cap, okay. So we get the position vector to be r by 2 I cap and plus h j cap, okay. This one is the value. Now we come to the momentum vector at this point, at the maximum height we have to get the momentum vector, okay. That is mass into velocity. So what is mass here? It is m. Mass was given, mass of the moving particle was given to be m, okay. And what is the velocity? It is only x along x coordinate, so it is u cos theta. Since it is along x coordinate, that's why it is u cos theta I cap. So you get the result mu cos theta I cap, okay. Now we have to get the angular momentum vector. So it implies that L is equal to r cross p. What is the value of r? We have r by 2 I cap plus cross product, it is mu cos theta I cap. See, I cross, say we have what? K. So it implies that j cross I is equal to minus k. So I cross I we have 0, so we get the result L is equal to I cross I term will be 0, it will be mu h cos theta j cap cross I cap. What is the value of j cap cross I cap? That is minus k cap. So you get the result angular momentum to be minus mu h cos theta k cap. Okay, so this result we get. Now put the value of the maximum height of the projectile. So what is the maximum height of the projectile? That is u square sin square theta by 2g and cos theta. So it is the angular momentum vector of the projectile at the about the point of projection the moment it is at maximum height. So for any point you may have to find the value of the angular momentum. So you simply what you have to get the value of the position vector and the momentum vector, use the cross product formula, you will get the value of the angular momentum vector. Now we move to the last part. It was to find the radius of curvature of the projectile. Although it is the part of circular kinematics, but I will be giving you some hint here only, and we will derive the formula in that part. After doing this projectile motion and numericals of the projectile motion, we have to do firstly what the circular kinematics before doing the Newton's laws of motion, or next chapter. Okay, so we come to the next part, that is radius of curvature of the projectile the moment it has been projected. Okay, and the moment it is at the maximum height. Now we come to the calculation of radius of curvature. Suppose we denote it by small r. Okay, one term we said we should do here, that is centripetal acceleration, the acceleration which is directed towards the center of curvature. Okay, that is called centripetal acceleration. It is denoted by AC. See, this acceleration is directed towards the center of curvature, okay, of the curvilinear motion. Okay, it is directed towards the center of curvature of the curvilinear motion. See, suppose the particle is tracing this path. Okay, we consider some points. Suppose this curve we have. Curvature. So what we have to do, using the tangent we draw circle here. We have to draw a tangent. Along the tangent we have taken motion, and center is always directed towards what? The normal. So this line is for tangent, and perpendicular to the tangent is called normal. So center of the curve is always on the normal. Okay. So for this circle, at this point, this one is what? The center of curvature. It is what? C1. So center of curvature we need denote it by what? C. Now we have to get the center of curvature at this point, position of center of curvature. So what we have to draw a normal here. It is tangent, perpendicular to the tangent, and draw a circle here. Okay. The center of the circle will be called what? Center of curvature. So suppose at this point center of curvature is what? C2. Now come to this point. Again you have to draw a normal and draw a circle. It is the center of curvature C3. Okay. For the plane, the center of curvature is at infinite distance. Okay. While for a curve, the center of curvature will be at a defined distance. So what we have to do, at the curve we have to draw a circle and find the center of the circle. That is called the center of curvature of what? This curvilinear motion. So a particle is tracing the curved path. That's why the motion is curvilinear, and center of the curve at any point will be called the center of curvature. So what is the value of centripetal acceleration? The derivation we have to do in the centripetal acceleration of circular motion. Okay, so we will do the derivation in that part only. So the formula for centripetal acceleration AC is v square by r. Suppose this particle is moving with speed v here, and radius is what? R. This distance is what? The radius of the curve. The formula for the centripetal acceleration, this acceleration is directed towards what? The center. Okay. The formula for centripetal acceleration is v square by r. V is the speed of the particle, okay, and r is the radius of curvature. So this r here, what? This one is the radius of this curve. So this one is the radius of curvature. Okay. Now see what we have to get: radius of curvature of the projectile. This formula we have to use. V square, it is speed at the point where the radius of curvature we have to get, and r is the radius of curvature. Okay. Acceleration is always directed towards the center of curvature. Okay. Now for the given projectile, what was the question? You have to find the radius of the curvature of projectile the moment it was projected, and second part, the moment it is at the maximum height. So at this moment you have to get the radius of curvature. So what we have to do, you draw a tangent here. The same concept we are using here, and along this normal we will have a center. Okay. Now see, we draw a virtual circle here. This one is the center of curvature the moment it has been projected. Okay. Here speed is what we have, u. Now here speed is v. Now at this point, when it is at maximum height, we have to get the radius of curvature. We have to draw a normal here. Again you draw a circle. We draw a circle, and the center is directed or is at any point over the normal. This one is the center of curvature. So you have to get the radius of curvature r1, and at the maximum height the radius of curvature is suppose r2. we have to get. Similarly, we may have to find the radius of curvature of the projectile after any time t, but initially we have to get at these points. We will be doing the circular kinematics at that time. We will do one more question, that will be to find the radius of curvature at any time t during motion. Okay, now we come to this part. V square by r. V is the velocity at the point where we have to get the radius of curvature. Okay, so now see, the moment particle has been projected. Okay, at this point you have to get the radius of curvature. Here speed is u at the time of projection, and this one is the radius of curvature. Okay, r1. This angle we have theta. If this angle is theta, then this remaining angle is 90 minus theta. Gravity is directed along this line. Theta 90 minus theta. What about this angle? This angle is theta. Now one component of gravity is along this center of curvature. So theta wala component is always in what? Cos. So this component of the acceleration due to gravity we have what? G cos theta. Okay, and that is also what? G normal. At this point G normal is what? G cos theta. And you know that the centripetal acceleration is always directed towards center. So what is the acceleration directed towards center? That is G cos theta. That is what? The centripetal acceleration. So what is the formula for the centripetal acceleration? That is V square by r. So we have to get the value of what? R here. R is equal to V square by AC. So what is the value of V here? So velocity at the time of projection, speed at the time of projection, we have u, that is u square. And what is the value of AC? AC we have what? G cos theta. Theta is this angle, the angle of projection. So at the time of projection, the radius of curvature of the projectile is this, u square by G cos theta. Now we have to find the radius of curvature of the projectile the moment projectile is at what? Maximum height, means this radius we have to get. Okay, so now we come to the next part. Now see, at the maximum height, what is the speed of projectile? No velocity along y coordinate. Vy we have what? 0. The speed is only along the x coordinate, and that is what? U cos theta. You know that speed or velocity along the x coordinate remains constant. Okay, now we have to get the radius of curvature here. Okay, so we draw a circle, virtual circle here. This is center, this part is the radius of curvature. The gravity is directed downward here, so that is already along the center. So what we have, the formula AC is equal to V square by R. So what is the value of centripetal acceleration here? It is itself gravity normal to the curve, that is G here. So G is equal to V square. What is the value of V here? It is U cos theta. U cos theta square divided by the radius of curvature, that is what? R2 we have to get. The value of R2 we have what? U square cos square theta divided by what? G. It is the radius of curvature the moment projectile is at maximum height, and this one is the value of what? R1, the moment particle has been projected. In this way we get the radius of curvature of the projectile. Okay, further in the circular kinematics part, we will be doing the derivation of this part, and also we will get the radius of curvature when the function is defined. Curve function will be defined, y is equal to fx. That derivation we have to do also. Okay, now we come to a question. It will be for homework. It is a projectile over the horizontal surface. The projection speed we have u, projection angle is theta. It is the origin of coordinate system. This coordinate is suppose positive, x positive, and this coordinate we have y positive, and mass of the particle we have m. You have to find time of projectile, a range of projectile, speed with which particle hits the ground, Vt. This angle you have to get alpha. Also you have to get the maximum height of the projectile. These results you have to get, and here air resistance of uniform value F is acting in the vertical direction. So you have to find time, range of the projectile, velocity the moment projectile hits ground, this angle alpha, and the maximum height in presence of the force of air resistance of uniform value F. Okay, now say in the oblique projectile, projection speed u, projection angle is theta, mass is m, charge is q we have, and suppose this charge is positive, and electric field of uniform value we have given, electric field E is equal to uniform, and gravity is absent here. Then for getting all the results, जो भी हमने रिजल्ट पहले फाइंड किया है उन रिजल्ट्स को अगर फाइंड करना है, लाइक टाइम, रेंज, इक्वेशन, maximum height, velocity at any time t, velocity at any height h, and angular momentum L, radius of curvature. Replace G by what? G को आपने किससे रिप्लेस करना है? QE by M से. I have told you earlier. What we have to do in the formula, you have to replace the G, acceleration due to gravity, by what? QE by M. And if both are present, G as well as E, then you have to take both the results, G plus QE by M, and see if both gravity and electric field are present, in that case then replace G by G plus QE by M. Okay, if electric field is of a large magnitude, if means QE by M is much greater than that of G, then you may replace the, you may neglect it, G will be neglected. And if QE by M is much greater than that of G, then you may neglect that value of what, G. And if G is much greater than that of QE by M, in that case QE by M may be neglected. Okay, so this one was the theoretical concept of the oblique projectile. In the next class, one question of this type of oblique projectile we will be doing in the 3-dimensional motion, and then we will move to the projectile over the inclined surface. Okay, thank you.